reinforce a larger wall and should be an important difference as we get into this orb mirror between Neeze and KiXe. It should be exciting.
No, those very tall sides too on this map. Those orb dares are gonna be very interesting going off stage here. See what we're gonna be able to cook on that. And so far, we're just getting some good neutral gameplay. We got gauntlets up against orb here, just kind of trying to feel each other out. Neeze trying to reach up their way into Skadi, nice and there, taking KiXe off the side. Backing right up, trying to work that dare off stage. And miss him with the side sig. Gonna follow up with that Sair. Neeze able to get back up on stage with that very nice whip and throw.
Yeah, and so far the Orb Gauntlet matchup has been very vertical in nature. They're both taking to the skies in an attempt to find those early KOs or just some extra damage buildup as the Orb comes online, but the Dust Sig comes in to take the first stock of this set. That's going to be a very clean Sig. Dust Sigs are some of the most interesting Sigs of the Orb Legends. I think they have very tricky hitboxes, spots that Orb can't really cover when grounded. So I think it really meshes well with the Orb game plan. Neeze on the Gauntlets, though, goes for the Shore. Yuken doesn't find it there, though.
That would have been a good neutral Sig. Would have had a lot of momentum. KiXe doing a really good job here. I mean, we saw the predictions before this. I think it was like 6% in the favor of KiXe at the beginning of predictions here. And so far, it is the very opening stock and the very opening game. But this is about as close as you can get between these two Orb players.
Yeah, we've been seeing, it's an Orb mirror in nature, but also a lot of gauntlets on the side of Neeze, who's trying to start off a big juggle state there with the gravity cancel neutral light. A great way to put out an active hitbox to catch landings in this Orb mirror. Goes to the neutral Sig there on the Petra or the Ryu. Doesn't find it there. And something about Petra Sigs, I feel like, they have really good hitboxes, but sometimes can be a little bit punishable. Yeah. I think KiXe, if he's able to avoid those initial parts of those hitboxes, is going to be finding a lot of success in the whiff punish game.
Both neutral Sigs for Petra are really good. That side Sig.
Dude, Dust Sigs, I'm telling you, man, the Orb Sigs on Dust are something special.
And they are, like you mentioned, they have really weird hitboxes, but they hit where they need to.
Yeah, like where Orb needs it. Yeah,
for sure. It's so good. It's so good. Neeze, though, with that nice unarmed recovery, sending KiXe way up to the top there, fighting back unarmed. Okay.
Very vertical so far between the two players. You see KiXe with this big open up in the juggle stage. Neeze is able to find their way back to the stage, but can't really find any openings. Nice weapon toss to disrupt the tempo, and another Sig comes in. That's going to be 3 Sigs and 3 stocks for KiXe, who takes the game with the odds stacked against him. I mean, no one expected this.
Man, anybody out there in chat who wasn't sure, the exact mechanics of Dust Sigs, he just gave you guys a clinic on that side Sig right there. That was such a good use of that attack. Actually, all 3 of those knockouts came from that Dust side Sig. Ooh, that's nasty.
It slides a little bit farther than sidelight range, so a lot of people will play around sidelight and try to bait it. Dust side Sig perfectly grabs that spot. So it's something where you have to break that mold in your brain of like, I need to get it out of my head that I don't have to worry about this range, because you'll get hit with a Dust side Sig, and we're seeing Neeze with a big switch up here on the Mordex.
Yeah, definitely switching out, going to something a little more comfortable. Maybe wasn't sure it was going to be that difficult game number 1.
Maybe a
little surprise in Neeze there in that opening game. Switching things up here a little bit, trying to combat this Dusk. And so far, we're seeing the edge guard go pretty well here. Got brought back into center stage with that downlight, though. Yeah. KiXe doing a pretty good job holding down that neutral, keeping him at bay with that dare, swapping over to the spear. Okay, this is something we did not see a whole lot of in game number 1. Let's see what he's got with it.
Yeah, I feel like you're actually seeing Neeze on the Scythe find so much control. I was going to go on a long rant about why Spear works versus Scythe in comparison to Orb. KiXe doesn't need it.
He disagrees.
He disagrees. He's going back on the Orb. I mean, why not, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly. He's getting a big neutral Sig there. Not enough to KO on Apocalypse, but still. Good damage here for Neeze, who switches off into the Gauntlets, the KO finisher. We'll see if KiXe can find a weapon here. If Neeze is going to find that gravity cancel downlight into recovery to close out that stock, KiXe finding a lot of difficulty in this game number 2, getting anything started.
Yeah, this is Neeze's Mordex. This is a little different.
Ooh, nice catch.
Yeah. We're seeing, okay, he immediately threw away that spear last time. Now he's going to try and buckle down and use it here a little bit. Nice dare, hitting the pogo on Neeze. Ooh. Throwing out random neutral Sigs, but not too worse for wear off of it. Still getting some good damage in. Ooh, finally get back on stage. The dare is going to go ahead and catch KiXe, throw him back out there. Using that active input to keep him off the stage that time instead of bringing him back into neutral.
Neeze putting KiXe in kind of a trance there. I feel like even KiXe didn't really know what to do. Even when Neeze was whiffing the moves, just like not finding any comfort or finding a window to get back to center. Finally is now, though, gets a sidelight into Sarah to close out that stock, and that's going to be a 2-stock apiece situation. KiXe fully believing in the Dusk Orb here. No spear needed.
I mean, from what we've seen, that's the only way this is going to work out for him here in this game number 2. Weapon throw coming down, keeping Neeze off that second recovery. That one is going to hit, though. Not quite enough momentum here. KiXe, oh, good use of that dare. Didn't hit, but Neeze was not able to get back in to be able to catch that landing. Reach up with the nair, also holding that spacing, that distance that Neeze is able to get in and try to counter some of this offensive. KiXe doing a really good job. Oh, he was bringing it close. He had got Neeze almost back into orange, bringing things a little closer back, but Neeze obviously able to go ahead and confirm that KO, making things a little more desperate for KiXe here.
Yeah, I mean, KiXe has been good at keeping the orb on rotation, throwing the spear out as soon as possible, so you're constantly on the weapon you want. But so far, it's been rough versus the Scythe, because I feel like Neeze is kind of suppressing the spaces that orb wants to occupy very well. A lot of neutral lights to anti-air, chasing high with those side airs that scoop and have a great hitbox in front of you. So as you're seeing here from KiXe, just really struggling. Nice side light there to get some space on the stage, but just really struggling to find any sort of string besides that side light Sarah that closed out the stock. Neeze going for a ground pound there, but still gets a recovery, sends back and forces the dodge out, and that's going to be game number 2 to Neeze, who found so much success on the Mordex side. Yeah, that swap definitely made a difference. A good 2-stock advantage over KiXe in that game number 2. Man, I mean, what else can you say except that was just 584 damage. Yeah, I mean, like it's just rough when that when you're fighting against a Mordex and they're doing that much damage to you. You're just getting outpaced. Absolutely. Oh, okay. I was wondering if we were going to see some sort of swap there, and we are. He is going to swap over to the Asuri. This is an interesting pick. Katars are Katarin right now. Yeah. Asuri especially, I think Asuri, I mean, a historically very strong character, as my friend Hay would like to say. Like, will find a lot of success no matter what, and I think the weapons here between the sword and the Katars is just a very solid combination. I feel like everyone has an Asuri, kind of like everyone has a Taros. It's like, when it stops working out, whatever your main was, I think switching to Asuri, for a lot of people, can be the answer, but for others, I mean, maybe not the greatest choice. We'll see what happens here, though. Absolutely, absolutely. With that being said, we are going to go back to Apocalypse. Asuri versus the Mordex. I mean, we've already seen so far today what the Katars and Sword are capable of right now. Yeah. Maybe KiXe is just taking a little inspiration from, you know, the opening game that he just saw. With Godly, yeah. Right. I mean, we'll see. If I think if you watch Godly play anyone, you want to play the character too. I can do that. I can do, yeah. So we'll see if he can. I mean, it's exactly the same matchup as we saw in the last set as well. So maybe, I mean, especially if you've been, it is. Yeah, if you've been keeping up, I feel like maybe not the worst situation to find yourself counterpicking into, as KiXe gets some Katars to start it off here. Very different game plan than the Dusk Orb, and it's already showing well as KiXe gets a big open up. That's a dodge from Neeze and goes chase dodges up to try to find a recovery high. Doesn't find it, but gets some big damage to start off, switching over to the sword as that weapon toss didn't connect. Neeze struggling. Again, kind of similar to what's happening in game number 1. Well, completely different weapons than what he went up against the first 2 games. Yeah. You're going to have to make that adjustment period. Things still pretty close here, but KiXe is in a good opportunity to at least take that opening lead and maybe build on that momentum. Try and drive that into a W here. Nice recovery, gets the job done. Sitting in orange, looking pretty good. Now is time to dig in deep and get that bonus damage. Simple optimizations like that. Neeze went for a reversal gravity cancel sig, knowing no dodges online, goes for the double downlight recovery, which is a confirmed KO instead of a side air that, you know, might set up a tricky edgeguard situation versus Mordex, a character you don't want to mess up versus. So already showing some very strong dominance on the sword is KiXe. Indeed, indeed. Nice recovery. Putting the pressure back on Neeze. So, oh my, he's been catching those so well. And another stock confirmed off of that recovery. Yeah. Unarmed KiXe left without anything, and Neeze absolutely all over him. The pressure gonna, no. Okay, comes back in, picks him up with a neutral. Yeah, KiXe just struggling to find any space on that wall. Even on the wall, getting scooped up there. Neeze playing very smart there, knowing that a lot of players will opt to just not give that dodge, so you don't get KO'd early, but you get a lot of free damage that way. And Neeze taking advantage of KiXe's, you know, kind of over caution off stage. You're seeing Neeze now back on the gauntlets, and feel like you're kind of looking at that KO range now as KiXe on the guitars looks to find some damage buildup, gets a downer there, no neutral light, gets reversaled by Neeze, who now has a pretty strong spot, but it's been pretty back and forth. I feel like Qatar Gauntlets is this very momentum-based back and forth game plan. You see Neeze stuck on that soft platform looking to find a way back down. KiXe has been giving him the space to land. And the spear scythe comes online for Neeze.
He's trying so hard to confirm this knockout and just cannot find it yet.
Catch.
Maybe with the dare. Weapon throw going to come in a little high. The unarmed dare is going to go ahead and confirm that. Gives him the stock advantage, but he's hurting. He's hurting.
Yeah, it's definitely not as clear-cut lead as the last game where he was up a clean stock. Now KiXe having an opportunity to make this happen. Neeze with a recovery to send into the wall. Scoops with the down air there. That's going to be big for Neeze, who has not been finding as much success on the scythe, more so damage buildup than the KOs, but we'll see if the edge guards come online. The recovery comes through from KiXe. Doesn't find a KO, but still a great spot to be in. Oh, drops the confirmed downlight into recovery, not finding it because of the platform.
That's so unfortunate because it was such good use of the platform too. Like it was there, it had vision and just dropped it. It happens, it happens. Neeze though coming back, has those gauntlets in hand. No, opting to go unarmed, trying to stop him with a weapon throw. KiXe getting right through it, tying up the stocks, but isn't enough to confirm this game. It is so close.
Nice snare there from KiXe, who looks to find some space here versus the scythe, which has been pretty solid at catching KiXe in disadvantage. But in neutral, I think KiXe's been winning more on the guitars. Looking to bring that energy into this stock as you look to go up in the set. KiXe with a big sidelight to catch the weapon, gets the ground pound into the half pipe. We're going on a trip, put your helmet on. Neeze gets out of it and gets a side sig to send off stage on the gauntlets now. Misses that side air and gives KiXe an opportunity to find some stage control with the unarmed though. The weapon starve comes in. Neeze on a big scythe. Doesn't find it there. KiXe back on a sword. Now Neeze the one without a weapon. The recovery on the unarmed doesn't find a KO. KiXe with an opportunity. The sword has found every KO this game so far, and we're going to need to find one here. Whiffs the sidelight. That recovery doesn't KO, and Neeze looking for an opportunity and finds it with the recovery of his own. He gets back to the stage and finds the KO. He went for it all. I think KiXe gambled all on that recovery and it didn't KO.
I need like the last 20 seconds of that set, of that game. That was absolutely insane. The dodge, the KiXe, he was almost gone. We'll see the side sig come in if we can get the whole, clip. Neeze came in with the side sig. It's just a perfect dodge from KiXe. Oh, no, we didn't get it. We didn't get it. It's okay. It's okay. Nice confirmation from Neeze. He struggled the second half of that game to try and confirm those stocks. Was able to get it. That got a little dicey there at the end, but I thought KiXe was going to go up 2-1 there.
Yeah, that first sword recovery came online, and I feel like it kind of put it in his head that he needed to find that sword recovery, which has been finding the KOs for KiXe. And unfortunately there, he went for it all. Tried to read the drift back to the center of the stage. Neeze went into the corner instead of classic platform fighter mix-up. On the gauntlets, it's a simple equation. You miss a recovery, you get hit by one. And that's going to be a great way for Neeze to go up in the set, but a very close game as we get into KiXe, who took a little bit from the Dusk and took a little bit from the Asuri and put it together into Queen 9. I know Toast is excited. I know. I might be too. We'll see if this works.
I mean, it's an option.
It's an option. That's how I feel about every Queen 9 counter pick.
It is one of our 62 legends.
Indeed it is.
And here we go, game number 4. I'm begging for a game 5. This set has been really good so far. We've just seen some good fundamental Brawlhalla gameplay in this set. Seen a good mix of legends and some Queen 9 in the mix. This is good. This is good.
Yeah, I mean, Qatar's in a great spot. Spear as well. KiXe getting a nice open up there with the recovery and some not crazy strings, but a sig to slide off and catch the wall hang there. Neeze with an opportunity to open up, doesn't find a sidelight extension, but KiXe on the Queen 9 has been finding a lot of success, and now we're going to be seeing some Queen 9 6 come out. If he went for the other one there, would have worked. Side air comes out though, Neeze off stage, and KiXe avoiding that. I mean, you're on high defense, so you can take a little bit more of hits on Queen 9 now, so you might be taking a little bit more risky options to find KOs earlier because you have that extra defense to lean back on. Oh no, but defense doesn't matter if you get edge guard by Neeze. KiXe with an opportunity, or had an opportunity to reversal. Neeze just go to the other side of the stage as the neutral light into recovery come in. Even on Queen 9 it works. That's gonna be
even on Queen 9 it works.
Yeah, man, that's you gotta be careful about that.
That is a statement.
Yeah.
Neeze though trying to get back here, confirm the stock. It's the same old struggle we've seen.
Oh man.
Got it though, nice, and didn't take any damage on the second stock. So all tied up. First stock didn't even matter at this point. As we block back in here to neutral, KiXe getting a nice little unarmed attack, kind of, try to mix it up. He had a good opportunity to get a little string going off those guitars. Didn't really find any follow-up off that initial touch. Oh, that's not good. Neeze staying out there floating in the air, working. Nice dare coming off stage.
Doesn't get an extension though. He's been getting these dare scoops off the wall, but they've been KiXe has been very good at avoiding the subsequent hit that really, taps in those KOs. And a big half pipe there. The Nair is going to send back down to the stage. Neeze it's just struggling to find some control here.
And KiXe's got that little touch in so many times that Neeze is afraid to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Like he'll get a couple touches and he's like, no, back on stage.
Yeah.
Retreat. And I mean, it's keeping him in there, but he's losing maybe those opportunities. Sometimes it's that risk-reward situation. Sometimes you just have to go out there and you have to throw the risk to confirm that stock. And we see a big extended dare. Gonna go ahead and catch the jump off of KiXe. Gonna send him down to the bottom. And Neeze now has that little bit of advantage.
One more stock to move on in the winner side. The loser of this going into the elimination side of the bracket. KiXe has been playing, he's played 3 different legends here so far, so he's looking to make it work on the Queen Nai. The recovery comes through. Not enough to KO the Mordex there, though, unfortunately, as KiXe hasn't been finding so much success on the spear so far, but the ground pound comes through and should be a nice, easy tap in. No, it never is versus Neeze. Gets the down air reversal, and now you're back on stage. The recovery does force a last stock situation and a big weapon starve opportunity for KiXe, who is on the guitars, which has been finding a majority of the damage so far. So it's a good situation if you're KiXe here.
I don't want to screw up anybody's neutral here. They are looking for these openers here in the center of Apocalypse. Neeze reaching up with the Nair, can't find anything. Oh no. Who is going to get that first dodge read and be able to pull that string out, rack up that big damage? KiXe's in big trouble now because Neeze definitely has stayed a lot healthier in this final stock.
The gauntlets come online for Neeze, which has been finding a lot of these KOs with the recovery, and an unfortunate weapon toss is going to lose Neeze's weapon. KiXe still on the guitars here. Might be getting hit away soon, though. Gets a side light into the neutral light. Goes for a chase dodge recovery to catch, but doesn't find the connection. Goes for the breakdance slide off, doesn't find it either. As KiXe on the spear. Looks to get something going. Neeze with a recovery on the unarmed, not enough to KO. The guitar's back online. I need to see the guitars do something because so far it hasn't been. Neeze back on the gauntlets. You cannot survive a gauntlet KO with the recovery now, so KiXe has to play almost perfectly to make this a Game 5 scenario.
This is definitely winnable, though. A good dodge read off those guitars. Good follow-up, and a lot of damage can be racked up very, very quickly. Nice Sair, knocking Neeze back. Here we go. There's 2. Hit him again. Oh, threw that signature out. Could not connect with it. The Neeze is now in knockout range, especially at the hands of that Queen Nai, if he can get anything going, but I don't know if he's going to get back up on stage, PJ.
This scythe has been all too strong, but it just takes one moment. You swing towards the ledge to scoop the wall, and you get hit by a guitar sidelight. That's frame 7. That confirmed into the recovery, and just so quickly as you had control, it all slips away versus Queen Nai as KiXe forces a Game 5.
Oh, give me that graphic. Game 5. I felt it. I knew it was going to go the distance. What a steal from KiXe there at the end. That is so beautiful.
Reads the dodge in place off the side, like so clean.
Neeze had that in his hands. He knew he had it. He thought he had it, and it got thrown away. Game 5. There we go. And we are going to drop in here. I think we're going back to Apocalypse. We have to.
I don't think we're going to be seeing a big stage selection difference. It would make sense to see the Apocalypse once again, and we do on KiXe selecting that one. And it's going to be the Queen Nai again, which was a very close game, but a big factor was when Neeze hit a sidelight, Queen Nai bounced off the stage instead of just getting sent straight down. That like small, I mean, how many pixels of a spacing difference was that? Which would have been the difference of a 3-1 moving on, and now a Game 5 situation versus the Queen Nai.
Well, one thing we've seen this whole set, Neeze is so good, especially in the air. He knows that exact distance. Yeah. Like, I can catch you with the dare right here, and you have no options. Yeah. Dare you to touch me.
Yeah. KiXe unarmed, Neeze on the weapon starve game plan so far has been working the Nair into recovery and some big damage. Bro. Yeah, taking the momentum in stride and just saying, you know what, I lost the game, I'm not going to lose this one. Gets essentially a 0 to KO as KiXe hasn't even picked up a weapon.
25-second stock, bro. Neeze is not messing around in game number 5. He said, okay, I'll let you get a couple here. But he is absolutely shutting it down here in game number 5. KiXe finally going to be able to equip up on that spear. trying to play around that top platform a little bit, but nothing really to be found except Neeze getting a two-piece on him. Hitting him again, getting those reads, and to send him up with that recovery. Can't find anything else, though.
He's not stopping on the gauntlets right now. KiXe with a big open up. He's been finding a lot of success in the ground pound variation and finding a reset opportunity. It's been working out so far versus Neeze, and you know that extra damage is going to help out. But if Neeze finds that ground pound, and he does, it's going to be a 3-stock to 1 situation. As Neeze is all too locked in for this. I mean, he lost that game, and he did not lose any momentum.
My man sat straight up in his chair. Straight up in his chair.
He locked in.
Oh no, and we're seeing the pressure not slow down. He knows he has a KiXe back against the ropes here.
Oh no.
My God, bro.
If he went for down air, it would have been over.
The gravity canceled D-Light way off stage, and he's not stopping. This is literally the Neeze show in this game number 5. KiXe doing everything he can. Has a Neeze and knockout range. As Sair is going to confirm it. But man, he's got 2 more to go.
Queen 9 high defense, I mean, this is your opportunity if you're a Qatar player that wants some extra longevity. Queen 9, no better legend.
This Mordex does not care about that defense, though, having no problems. Like I said, he chewed through that opening stock in 25 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
And, oh no, KiXe has no options. Okay, gonna throw out the Nair.
Gets a chase dodge up and tries to find a ground pound situation. Neeze saving that jump through mix up for when it matters the most. Grab the cancel down light into the ground pound, and KiXe getting one of their own here. Neeze playing with fire off stage, goes for the Queen Nice Sig, and Neeze avoids it and actually punishes accordingly with the chase dodge Nair unarmed.
With the only option he had.
Wait, shades of the last game, Neeze off stage and gets punished for it. Here we go, KiXe on the unarmed, and we're last stock situation. Very similar situation to the last game. This can still go KiXe's way.
KiXe, GG's. As he continues here, he needs some monster dodge read, some monster strings though against Neeze, and I don't know what the momentum we've seen from Neeze in this final game. If KiXe is going to be able to get it done, but he has done a really good job getting rid of these 2 stocks from Neeze, but that Sair off the site is going to confirm it, and Neeze is going to be moving forward on this winner side.
Neeze learning from their mistakes in the last game with the downlight, immediately did a jump Sair and said, you're going to try to go for a jump reversal off the ledge. I'm going to cover it immediately, and does, and it works out.
That was a hype set coming from Neeze and KiXe. That was really good.
Whenever do you get to see the Queen 9 counterpick work?